Hello everyone, this is Alisha Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my Instagram challenge for August. Okay, so I ended up doing 3 books, not too bad for August. I'm trying to keep it like in the month. Did have my last book roll over into September a little bit. It wasn't that bad. It was within the first week that I finished it, so I'm still counting it. I didn't get to 5 like I wanted, but that's also quite okay. I think 3 was pretty well done. Anyways, let's get on to me finding what is essentially my first 2 books to read for this challenge. Alright guys, I am going to start scrolling on Instagram for my Instagram challenge. It is August 1st, so I'm trying to get in this early because I wanted to get at least 3 books this month for this challenge, and I only want this challenge to last this month. So here's hoping that we find something I can read really quickly, and let's get on with it. I'm gonna go screen record. I just want to say the first book I came across was Trashy Foreplay. I've already read it by Gemma James. The second one was Swallow Me Whole, also by Gemma James. I don't have access to it, but I just want to preface this by I'm not going to read one of her books this time. So I do subscribe to her. Her book's going to come up a lot. I'm not choosing a Gemma James book because I know I'm not going to like it. So I follow her because I like the way she markets. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know, you follow people, you learn from people who you like their marketing. So I'm going to go back to scrolling. Okay, so I've got 2 books. My first book is on a hold. It's going to be 3 weeks, and since I wanted to do this in August, sorry, I have a hair in my mouth, my own hair in my mouth. Since it's in August, I decided to keep scrolling to see what the second book might be. And so the first one is the Things He Told Me, Laura Dave. No idea what this is about. I know it's for like a spooky readathon, like what was it? The TV show where they go into the other world and it's dark and it's crazy, and I haven't watched it. That readathon, so I'm imagining ghosts and things like that. And the second book is actually The Savage Song by V.E. Schwab, and how can I complain about that? So I borrowed that already since it was available. I'll read that one first, and then I'll read the other one, and hopefully I'll be able to pick another 3rd book. We will see, but I also had to take a loan early, or hold, in order to get that other one on hold. So like I had to finagle some things, as you might have seen. Anyways, we're on to doing the challenge. As per always, V.E. Schwab has hooked me. A boy that magically comes together and fully formed after a crime scene, or at a crime scene with some dead bodies. Like, I am fucking interested. You got me. Let's do this. About 30% of the way through the Savage Song, and oh my god, I fucking love it. It's V.E. Schwab, of course I fucking love it. Monsters, bloody, violence, attitude. You know the 2 main characters are gonna join up because they have similar essentially goals. So I'm very happy so far. Very happy so far. Right, I am a little over 60% of the way through the Savage Song. I am flying through it, loving it. And prediction, so if this doesn't show up in the vlog, then we know my prediction was right. And if it does, then you know I was wrong. But I'm predicting that Kate is part monster, if not full monster. Her mom, I'm pretty sure, was a monster. Now, was she created or not? I don't know. She's attracted to music, much like August is. So it makes me think that she might be part Sunai. I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. Okay, so what I officially got for book 1 was the last thing he told me. However, I read V.E. Schwab's The Savage Song first, and I don't feel like I wrapped it up very well because I was having a very bad day when I finished it. But just let me tell you, that woman gets me every fucking time. I love her stories so much. They are dark, there's lots of tension. Even when there's like not romantic tension, there's still tension. And the violence, I love the violence. I love the lore. I love how completely she can create a world in such a short amount of time. Like, I believe it. This is why she's one of my favorite authors, y'all. Like, for real. This woman knows how to do her thing. I loved the music. I loved that there was a violin. I loved how good he was trying to be the whole time. And sometimes being bad is part of being good. Like, sometimes you have to do terrible fucking things as the good guy. Like, this is part of fucking life. Anyways, I'm getting way too excited and swearing too much. My apologies. But the wrap up for this book is just amazing. Just amazing. I'll let you see the little clip I had here. So, I finished the V.E. Schwab book, or Victoria Schwab. The Savage Song, oh my god, happiness. I can't wait to see what happens in book 2. Yep, nice and gory. Yep, happy. So yeah, you can tell, it's kind of grumpy. I didn't get very into detail about it, but I loved the back and forth. Almost kind of like enemies to lovers, but it's not a romance specifically, but you can tell they're like into each other. So definitely a good one. All right, so book 2 / book, what was originally book 1, was The Last Thing He Told Me. I did vlog this much better, so let's get into the vloggy bits about that. I'm reading The Last Thing He Told Me when it's starting to rain, and so it doesn't seem like a lot's happening, but the story is moving so fast. I am impressed. I do have to say that there is a lot of info dumpiness, but it's working. So yeah, I'm like 40% of the way through this thing. I started it yesterday, and I am ready to like just let this book take me someplace. So I am like 80% of the way through The Last Thing He Told Me, and the situation is scaring the shit out of me, and I want to know what the shit's gonna happen. This book is flying by. It was an excellent suggestion from Instagram, whoever was in my feed to suggest this. So far, first 2 books were like, yes. Okay, I just finished The Last Thing He Told Me, and what the fuck? Okay, so I didn't get to tell you guys in my vlog why the ending fucked me up. So, like, what the fuck? Spoiler, okay? Big, bold words, spoiler. If you don't want to know about the ending, please skip this part. I will try to have some timestamps below. So, the ending was both happy and not happy. It is not what I wanted, although I understand that it was necessary for the story that they wanted to tell. Fine. I might have still done the same thing, but you know, it's not what, as a reader, it's not what I wanted. They go through this whole thing, you know, the husband has left both the stepmom and the daughter to, you know, please protect her is the last thing he actually says to her. And it's like 10 years later, after she fought for the freedom of her stepdaughter to not have to change her life, to not go back into wit sec, essentially, and to keep her safe. She makes a deal, which means she can never be with her husband again. They can never have the father-husband back in their lives. He has to continue running or he's going to die. That is the premise of the whole, like, story we get to the ending. And it's 10 years later. She's at one of her woodworking, like, she's selling her shit at a fair kind of thing. And here comes this guy that looks nothing like her husband, but has the wedding ring on. And he comes and she drops the papers and he picks them up for her or helps her. They don't touch nothing. They don't really look at each other all that much. And all he says is the could have been boys said hi, which was a whole thing about, you know, the men who could have been the right one for her but weren't in the beginning. And he was glad that he wasn't one of them. And then he leaves and he's gone. And then the daughter comes running up, and she's an adult, she's in college, and she's introducing her new boyfriend and calls her mom, which softened the blow just enough. And it was like the end, it was literally like the end moment was her calling the stepmom mom. And that made it like this kind of bittersweet, tear my heart out, but like fills me up kind of moment. We'll talk about a book hangover after that guy. Still think about that. Anyways, totally gonna read more of Laura Dave because you got me, Laura Dave. You got me. Anyways, so my third and final book was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and this is actually on my list of 22 before 2022, so it's like a win-win for me. So let's get into the vloggy bits of me reading this book. Okay, hello, I'm outside because it's very nice outside right now. I am a little over 50% of the way through Shadow and Bone, and I'm fucking into it. So she had a few moments where she was with the two girls, the two summoners that have taken her under their wing, and she's like, there's too much, I just want to punch something. Totally has Winter and Rhea vibes, who are my two main female characters, because they have fucking serious attitude, they're both fighters, all of the things. So, oh my god, is that a frog? Getting distracted by things. Anyways, having a lot of fun with it. Finding it very weird in my Kindle app that it keeps telling me I'm like 15% when I'm at 25. Granted, I'm far past that now, but I think it says I'm at 29% and I'm at least 45 or 50. So, but the reading's going really fast, so that makes me excited because I've only listened to her books before, and so I like that. I like the writing too. Does that make sense? I feel like audiobooks allows easily, how do I say that? It allows me to forgive a lot of mistakes or style issues that I would normally hate or make me want to stop reading a book. So I really like audiobooks for that reason. Makes me enjoy a lot more. But oh my god, with the loud people outside. What is everybody doing outside right now? It's like a party vehicle or something. We have a lake nearby. So yeah, loving it, loving the Darkling, worried about Maul, I don't know how you say his name, all of the things. So I finished Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and oh my god, this is the perfect book for my husband in the same way that Ender's Game was a perfect book for my husband. Yeah, obviously he suggested that one to me. But the idea of what good versus evil means, how, the whole dichotomy of, does doing bad things make you a bad person? Well, it depends on what you're doing them for, right? And so who really is the good one and the evil one in here when they both act the same or similarly? And sometimes good people have to do terrible things in order to defeat evil. So it was, I really loved a lot of what happened, especially at the end, and I knew some of the things that were going to happen, and it didn't matter that I knew it was going to happen because I couldn't wait to see it, the way she was going to do it and how it's going to turn out. Man, I immediately got Booktube. So that doesn't tell you how much I enjoyed the book, especially since I had to read about my eyeballs. Yeah, very happy, very happy. So I've officially completed my Instagram challenge, and I will be back maybe a little bit later today. No time for you guys at all, but I'll be back with my final wrap up and thoughts about my Instagram challenge for August. So see you in a minute. Okay, Instagram. You did me right this time. Last time I did an Instagram challenge, I only did 2 books. One was fairly good and one was shit. So all 3 of the books this time were highly rated, either a 5 or a 4.5. So yes. Okay, let me know if you like this kind of challenge. If you'd like to see me do it again, I totally will keep putting it in my challenge rotation. Or I might just make it a thing that I do every once in a while. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have an Instagram that talks about books that I should be following? Put that down there below too. I would love to come check you out. Alright guys. Anyways, I will see you next time. Bye.